Hi y'all, I'm back to tell you a little bit more about adventures in occupational therapy with L'Arche Zimbabwe. Our team was in town today, and so we decided to stop off at this really awesome charitable organization called Rescu, which, when you first walk in, you see that they have a bunch of adaptive equipment for sale, that new adaptive equipment that they've imported. It's, walkers and commode chairs and things like that. But then you keep on going back. They took us for a whole tour of all of their space. You keep on going back, and they have big machines, and they've got shelves full of wheelchair wheels and bike parts, and they do so many things. They take in, not only are they a retailer for new equipment, they also take in old equipment, take it apart, and then refurbish it so that they can sell it at lower prices, so it's more accessible to more people, which is really useful. They also have bikes for sale. And then they also have a prosthetics clinic, which I'm so impressed by. There's very specialized knowledge that's needed for that, and they've combined all these things that people need in one place. So it's cool to see their prosthetics clinic. I loved studying prosthetics in school. Probably was one of my favorite subjects. Little snippets of a subject that we studied, so they use this method called the Jaipur method of prosthetic production for legs. And it's very cool. They can do it in like 2 days, which to me feels very fast. I don't know. I'm not a prosthetician, so or a prosthetist, so I can't tell you. But to me, that feels very fast. So they make a mold of the person's leg using plaster of Paris, and then they have this plastic that they can heat up in a big old oven, and they mold that around the mold. They use that around the mold to make it the shape of the person's residual limb. And then, they took us into this room where there were just shelves full of prosthetic feet. And that's the last bit of it that they do when the person comes in. They come and they find a foot in the right size, and attach it to the prosthesis, and then they teach the person how to walk. And sometimes the person walks out of there without crutches. So just really cool. Yeah, very cool to see the combination of things that they do there. But the very coolest thing is that many of the clients, in fact, most of the employees are former clients. So they're people with disabilities who the organization has trained to be a wheelchair technician or a seamstress who can help to make the backing for the custom wheelchairs, things like that. So it's a really inclusive workspace. And I was just really impressed with the organization. I was so excited to see what they do, and understand a little bit more about the system of rehabilitation in Zimbabwe. So, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.